more points. Whatever you do, just make sure you set that deposit limit. Keep yourself safe. Enjoy the game. I'll see you next time.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
Knight drops it off, and Menenga monsters the rim.
Oh! Through the paint.
Menenga out in transition.
Bay for the lead.
Yes. Parker Jackson Cartwright is flying. Jackson Cartwright again from outside. It's a one-man show. McVeigh stepping back. That is a tough, tough shot. And that man makes it look easy.
Yes, hello and welcome to the Hungry Jacks as round 10 continues here in the NBL26. It is the Cairns Taipans at home hosting the New Zealand Breakers. And while on paper it may look 9th v 10th, if you take the glass half full approach, we know that one of these teams will get a much-needed win. And Pete Hooley stay in touch with the top 6 as we take a look at the Mitsubishi Motors ladder. I know it sounds ridiculous, but they're only a couple of games out.
Yeah, it does. I mean, you talk about mathematically being able to have a chance, and this is the beauty of the playing tournament is, yes, we've got the race up top, those championship contenders, but all the teams down the bottom are really hunting that 6th spot. And you have a look at the points differential of the bottom 5 teams, and the New Zealand Breakers have been right there. There's 6 games where they've been leading. In the 4th quarter, they've gone on to lose. So if they could close games, if they win 4 or 5 of those, and they're middle of the pack and looking really good. So this is a massive game for New Zealand. Obviously, Cairns at home. Coming off some good games, need to get back on the winners list as well.
And it does help that New Zealand's 4 wins have been by an average of 29 points. So when they do put it all together, they are hard to stop. We spoke about New Zealand, of course. They have won their last 6 against Cairns, so they will come in confident. And it was nice to see this man the last couple of games just finding some form, Pete. Rob Baker, he's been able to do it on the boards and score some points.
Well, they've needed him to, right? Because everyone knows that it's PJC and Sam Menenga's team, but outside, who's going to really be the 3rd and 4th option? Isaiah Brockington had a bit of an up and down start to the season, and then Rob Baker, he was really quiet early. He got here late in the season, he was traveling everywhere. They had an international trip as well. Then he got sick, but now he really understands the league, he understands his role in this team, and they need him to have another big game, and it all starts with him just being aggressive.
And while we know Cairns Taipans, they've lost 10 of their last 11 games, you could argue it was probably their best performance of the season last week. A 4-point loss in overtime to the Adelaide 36ers, and that man there, Jack McVeigh, well, he was unbelievable. He went toe-to-toe with Bryce Cotton and almost got his team over the line.
Oh, he did. He was unbelievable. And again, this is the Jack McVeigh everybody knows and loves, when he's just in this ultra attack mode. They find him in the right spots, and he's so unconventional. That's why even the best of defenders, you're going to struggle to guard him, because he works on all these awkward-looking shots. He's one of the best awkward players we've ever seen, and I love seeing him when he's in this kind of frame of mind, and he literally tried to do everything he could. Some poor choices down the end from some other guys cost them a win, but big game from Jack McVeigh.
Well, while he was sensational, what did you make of the 2 imports? Because they need to stand up, and they weren't able to in that loss to Adelaide.
Yeah, I mean, you go back and review the tape, and they were really poor. Admiral Schofield, just the 3 points, 2 turnovers in that game. And Andrew Andrews, look at that, 2 of 14, 7 turnovers. Now, he did fill it up with the assists, but it was the decision-making down the stretch in the last couple of minutes of regulation and overtime which really cost them the game. They gave that game away, the Cairns Taipans, because they shot the ball well, they did enough to win, but just poor decision-making cost them.
They shot over 50% from the field in that loss to Adelaide, so hopefully their imports can step up tonight and get them over the line. Of course, it is always a privilege to have Ariana Prather part of the call team tonight. She is courtside, and who are you keeping an eye on tonight, Ariana?
Hey guys, I have 2 X Factors for you. Starting off with the Cairns Taipans, Mojave King. I don't think anyone expected him to come out and be as consistent and dominant as he has been. He's averaging over 14 points since he's joined the Taipans roster. And then for the New Zealand Breakers, I spoke to Coach Adam Ford before the game, and he said if they focus too much on PJC, arguably one of the best point guards in the league, Sam Menenga will light them up from deep. So Mojave King, Sam Menenga, look out for those 2s, and I'm excited for a great game.
Yes, thank you, Ariana. We'll cross you throughout the game. Of course, Sam Menenga playing against his former side as we take a look at the starting fives. The New Zealand Breakers, well, this is the five. They are the ones that have got them 4 and 6 in the 10 games when they have started. So they've been pretty good, and they'll get an opportunity here away from home. While for the Cairns Taipans, big news, Pete Hawley.
A nice change. Kyron Galloway into the starting lineup. Admiral Schofield coming off the bench. I like it. Jack McVeigh can play a bit more of the traditional 3 and really see what they can do. I expect Karim Lopez then to spend a bit of time on Jack McVeigh. And I tell you what, the Cairns Taipans are the only team that Peteri Koponen has not lost to. The only team.
Well, he'd love to keep that record intact this afternoon. Cairns Convention Centre as we continue round 10 of Hungry Jacks NBL. It is the first meeting for these two sides this season. As we said, someone will get a much-needed win. Might be the youngster, Kareem Lopez, gets him off to a nice start.
It's so smooth this season. Still on a minutes restriction from the injury he was dealing with in the off-season, but continues to take strides on the offensive end. That's a great start.
And he had the 4 points against the Perth Wildcats.
We will not get a challenge. We are. Sam Menenga is adamant. Sam Menenga saying, I'm not taking no for an answer. You're challenging this.
This might be a record.
26
seconds. Put it in the record books.
Well, I'll tell you what, New Zealand did hold the record, I believe, for fastest technical foul. You go back in the COVID year, Dan Shamir, I think, got teed up in 12 seconds in a game when they had to be based out of Tasmania. But Sam Menenga was certain that this came off Marcus Lee.
A lot of faith from the coach to go with it, and it's hard to see this angle. Sam Menenga, spoke about his season. He's been unbelievable. What's probably the worst performance of his season?
100%. He's
against
spot
Perth.
on here, by the way. His hand is right behind Marcus Lee.
It is going to be successful, we believe, and it will be New Zealand Breakers ball.
He still makes you nervous, though. I don't like that for the sake of, if the camera angle's not quite right.
No, I can't see from that side.
So if the camera angle's not quite right and you've got to go with the call on the floor, you've done with your challenge.
I mentioned New Zealand in that 13-point loss to Perth last week. Sam Menenga just had the 6 points, 4 rebounds, but we know he has been sensational this season. I believe Pete, you might have him in front, most improved at the moment.
Yeah, he's right up there. Probably the leading candidate as he tees one up as we're talking about him.
There you go.
Down, what a start.
Can't leave him open.
Owen Foxwell's up there too. Dave O'Hickey, I know he's got a late start, but he's going to be in the mix for most improved. Flynn Cameron.
Side out.
Traffic, right? So I mentioned how Coach Kopp has never lost to the Cairns Taipans. We have a look at the Amy replay. Just everyone worried about PJC and Sam Menenga. Well, he can pick and pop. He's shown that all season long. And meanwhile, Adam Ford has never beaten the New Zealand Breakers when they come to the Cairns Taipans in 5 years.
Well, we mentioned off the top of the big news, Admiral Schofield coming off the bench. You got any more updates for us, Ariana?
Yeah, guys, I saw him warming up before the game, and then after warm-ups finished, he did a little limp off of the court. He's no longer on the bench. He's not with his team. I haven't seen him since then, so I'm going to put on my investigation hat and try to figure out what's going on with him. And then Mojave King just checked out of the game as well with a little bit of a limp and is in the back doing some stretches, I see. So I'll get an update for you guys shortly.
That's a brutal start for the Cairns Taipans, who have been decimated by injuries with Jack McVeigh. That's way off. Mojave King's been on a tear.
That could be big news. 2 of their stars may be missing from this game. As we said, Ariana will be all over it as Menenga has started really impressively. Looking to bounce back, as we mentioned, from that performance against Perth. The match up with Marcus Lee. He's playing his 100th game of the NBL tonight. A good find from McVeigh to Barker, who checked in from Mojave King. First points on the board for the Taipans. Just 1 and 7 at home this season. They need to give their fans a bit to cheer for. It's going to be up to Andrews just to take care of the ball, Pete.
Yeah, that's what he has to do. The shot selection, just the playmaking selection in general. Jack McVeigh.
There is a turnover.
Over.
PJC, open floor, just pulls up that little mid-range and couldn't get it to go, but Menenga cleans up. And that is an issue for Cairns early. Menenga, 7 quick points. Timeout from Coach Adam Ford. Well, it is a Tangerine timeout. Coach Ford wants to discuss things with his assistants, and pre-game he caught up with our very own Ariana Prather.
New Zealand's going to be hungry today. How do you control home court advantage and keep them at bay?
Yeah, I mean, they're a well-balanced lineup. You know, Meninga and Baker are great stretch bigs and dominant on the inside as well. And then you got arguably one of the best point guards in the league in Jackson Cartwright. So, you know, this has potential to be a trap game. You know, guys can start looking a little bit too far ahead with the rest and what the FIBA break looks like for them in terms of getting their body right or on court. You need to make sure we take care of business tonight. So you focus in too much on what Jackson Cartwright's doing, and Meninga's going to expose you from the perimeter. So that 40 minutes of grit and determination being locked in, and we want to make sure we finish out this game heading into FIBA break with a win.
Well, he's spot on about Sam Meninga, who already has 7 points. They got to figure that out. But the Taipans averaged just under 77 points per game over their first 11. Their best was 86. Now, their last three in regulation, because they had an overtime game, 90, 90, and 91. So they've figured out a bit more on the offensive end. They've just got to figure it out on the defensive end right now.
Let's get back down to courtside, Ariana.
Guys, I just got a sneak peek of Admiral Schofield. He came and joined that last team huddle and then immediately went back to the locker rooms. I'm not sure what's going on with him. He does seem like he's visibly either uncomfortable, in pain, or upset about something. So I will get back to you as soon as I get an update.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Of course, we know they've been hit by injury. Kyle Adnam is back as another great feed for PJC to Lopez. Higgins Titshuino's out for the season. No, Rain Smith, Statman, and Wardenberg, of course. It looked like Admiral Schofield.
Well, I mean, they are crawling to the FIBA break.
Yeah.
They just need guys back. Don't think just Jess made from injuries. Once again, there's Andrews. That's a much better patient shot. But it doesn't matter what they do right now scoring. They've got to plug it up down this end.
And another three-pointer.
Baker.
From Baker.
That's what he can do. Again, they're just a little reactive on the defensive end, the Taipans.
2 easy looks at the moment. We said knock down the 4 triples. Rob Baker that last outing, and then active hands. Forces the turnover. And he might go for back-to-back triples. He lets it fly again. Good start for the Breakers. Cairns just need to slow it down. Try and get into this contest. Marcus Lee, full-chested, straight at Meninga.
Thank you.
Saw a couple of sessions ago. This is how you utilise a shooting big and keep a rim protector like Marcus Lee away. Marcus Lee has to worry about this replacement from Meninga, which allows Karim Lopez, when they switch, to have the height and strength advantage on Lockie Barker. It is such a simple game. If you want to get Marcus Lee, who's a great rim protector, away, you just make sure that Sam Menenga's in a shooting position, in a threat for that, and they're going to have that open every single time.
This is the first. Ross made some clutch free throws down the stretch, Marcus Lee. Force overtime. That 105-101 loss to Adelaide. 36 lead changes in that game. It's incredible. Yeah, Jackson Cartwright gets it back, has McVeigh. And now Marcus Lee, he'll like this matchup. He'll try and use his speed. Lee used his length, found Baker, again wide open. And they have knocked down their 3rd triple. They're 3 from 5 from long range.
All the big men doing the damage.
Jackson Cartwright, 3 assists early. Had to take a field goal, but he's setting up his teammates on a platter. And they're off and racing again. It's a 4v2. Meninga, too easy.
Let's practice right now. Sam Menenga's got 9 points already.
Real concerns early for Coach Ford. They find some easy buckets. That'll help from Andrews.
They're starting to figure out how to score the ball, but again, it does not matter unless they can find a way to get some stops.
Jackson Cartwright again. Probe got some separation. Of course, both these teams enjoy jacking up the threes. Cairns 3rd in the competition. New Zealand Breakers have the 2nd most 3-point attempts, so expect to see plenty more tonight.
again, we talk about Cairns finding their offensive feet in the last couple of rounds. In the last 2 rounds, they've led the league in field goal percentage at 49% and three-point percentage just under 43%. So offensively, they have been a whole lot better in the last couple of weeks. They should have won that game last round. They fell apart late. But defensively, they just haven't been able to get stops when it matters most.
Ariana, good news. Admiral Schofield has checked into the game.
That's right. If I had to make an educated guess, I would say that something probably has been bothering him for the last 6 days that he's been out, because he's been in the back stretching, loosening up his legs, and then Coach Forty just gave him a look like, are you good? Can you come into the game? And then they both gave each other a thumbs up, and now he's on the court.
Well, that's good. They need him. They need him to fire. Show the stats pre-game. Last outing, only 2 field goal attempts. He needs to be more productive. They go to their man, McVeigh, who draws the foul.
Need more off-ball movement as well. When you throw the ball to Jack McVeigh, don't just stand there and say, hey, go get us a bucket.
It's interesting from Admiral Schofield, unless he just felt something in the warm-up. I think he'd have plenty of time to get himself ready for tip-off, unless he just needed a little bit more. Marcus Lee will come and sit. And now McVeigh in the corner. Rob Lowe checks into the game. This is Taylor Britt. Here's Lopez. Using some muscle and stuffing it. And just gave Galloway a little look back. The young man, full of confidence.
My goodness.
6 points already for Lopez, and then swats it away at the other end.
I'll get a heat check, young fella.
Does the team thing, plays it off to Baker. What is the talk on Lopez at the moment with the NBA draft?
Yeah, I spoke to Jonathan Cavoni a couple of weeks ago. The strides that he's made, obviously, he was a 2-year prospect, not eligible for the draft. One just gone, and that's going to be a foul on Baker. But it's all about now continuing to shine like this. Get out the way.
White 9.
Just rises up on top of Galloway. That's not pushing around just any old player as well. Kyron Galloway.
Over here, I didn't see it. I think when I No.
Are we thinking lottery? Lottery pick? Is he that?
Well, he was in the top 20 of the recent mock drafts, but he's going to continue to rise up. And Cavoni was saying how now a lot of scouts want to just see that continuous improvement on the defensive end. And he says a lot of that also can be because of the flaws of the team. They've been pretty poor defensively. But that kind of 3-and-D, get out in transition as Brockington just breaks down the defense, is what's going to help him continue to rise up the draft boards. What an unbelievable prospect he has been. And the player that he was, the teenager when he first entered the NBL, to what he's going to be at the end of this season, is the reason why NBA eyes are looking forward to what he could be in 5 years' time.
He's growing before our eyes. Both coaches have gone to their benches. New Zealand have gone really deep into the bench. Here's Galloway. Not even close. Brockington trying to create for Tarangi.
It's a really big start for the New Zealand Breakers. As we've got a foul off the ball here.
Here we go. Got bonus.
Schofield clearly doesn't feel right.
White 8 on the ball.
Both of these teams are 0-8 when trailing at quarter time. So
Doesn't bode well for Cairns, right?
absolutely not. We know New Zealand Breakers have their struggles in the fourth quarter. As I think Adam Ford's just asking what's going on with Mojave King, because Mojave King's been their shining light.
Not sure what the update is. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough, but you mentioned Mojave King. His last 3 games, had the 32 points, 16 points, and 21 points, shooting at over 50% at the 3-point line. Only played the first 40 seconds of this game. 13-point margin. There's Britt. One of the number of these breakers in the Tall Black squad. There's Lowe, also fires away.
Talk about that as this night goes on. That's a fun-looking breakers. Tall Black squad filled with a whole lot of breakers.
Now McVeigh thought about it. Instead goes to Galloway. And draws another foul, and he'll go to the stripe again.
7.
Yeah, you like the breaker squad?
Tall Blacks?
Yeah, sorry,
Tall Blacks.
squad.
There's a whole
Yeah.
lot of breakers, absolutely. I mean, Shea Illy being ruled out that's a big out. Tay Murray comes in.
And of course, we know the super coach NBL is back. Beat the coach, Damon Lowry. Gee, he's confident. He's cocky. In fact, how much he beats
in
the super coach.
Oh, in everything, to be fair.
Yeah. Beat the coach. Any round of NBL26 season, you can receive an entry into an end of season $10,000 prize draw. There's cash, there's Choice Hotels gift vouchers. Every round, beat the coach. Make sure you check it out. Scan the QR code and please beat Damon Lowry.
I'm going to start getting into that after feeding the break properly so I can really...
Davidson just to travel unnecessarily.
So the whole bench unit on.
Coach Copman's got Britt, Tarangi, Rob Baker, Lowe, Davison on there at the moment. Baker sits as well. We are trying to guard McVeigh. He's got too much size. Like that matchup.
Yeah, that's a mismatch. Better from the Taipans the last couple of minutes.
Take it back inside single digits as Lowe way off the mark. Coming off his 1,000th point for the club in the game against Perth. He had the season high, 10 points that game.
Don't often see teams go their full bench unit for too long as PJC comes in. But you've got to remember, these teams, when they practice all week, it's starters versus bench usually for the most part when they're getting after it. And you can grow that chemistry with everybody in that bench unit. So it does have its pros.
Sorry, Pete, Ariane, been able to do some investigating and find out anything on Mojave King?
That's right. Well, he's back on the bench, and he just gave the assistant coach a thumbs up, saying that he is ready to check back into this ball game. When he went back into the locker room, the medic went with him. I'm still not sure exactly what happened because, as you guys said, we all saw he started the game, everything was going fine, and then he just walked off the court. But he looks like he's in good shape now.
That is good news. And this is a nice little run here by the Taipans on a 7-0 run.
You normally say that's a poor shot, but that was a 2-for-1 opportunity. And that is the issue sometimes when you go quick with the 2-for-1s. It can be a rush shot attempt as Davison. It's just too easy. There's no need to be jumping for joy. Test him out from the three-point line because he is as athletic as they come.
Breaks that 7-point run from Cairns. They were trailing by 13, back within 8, and they'll get final possession of this first quarter at home. McVeigh wants the screen, he wants the ball, he wants the responsibility, and can't quite finish. A good opening term for the New Zealand Breakers. They shot out of the blocks. Cairns have found a way to hang in there. And at quarter time here from the Cairns Convention Centre, it is the Breakers leading the Taipans by 8 points.
Right now, grab your phone out, point your camera towards the big screen, or any of those flags on the court. Scan the QR code, enter your details, your name, section, and seat number to win $350 thanks to Mick and his amazing team at NQ Forklifts. Then we'll be back at 3/4 time to give away that cash from NQ Forklifts, the local forklift dealer, service agent, and forklift hire provider. And don't forget, New Year's Eve, NQ Forklifts will be giving away one lucky fan $1,000. Make sure you're here New Year's Eve. Right now, scan. Enter your details. Name, section, seat number. 350 will be coming your way.
Well, the New Zealand Breakers have started well in this one. The highlight of the first quarter was the Karim Lopez dunk. For the Cairns Taipans, they just hung in there late, a 3 to Galloway. And they were down by 13. They got it back to 8 points at quarter time. Of course, both these teams desperate for a win. The Breakers leading by 8 points, and it's Sam Meninga who's led the way. 9 points in that opening term. He was terrific. Jack McVeigh and Kyron Galloway leading scorers for the Taipans, as Andrews wasn't quite on the same page. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was a good fight back from the Taipans after a really poor start. But as I said, that stat, both teams are 0-8 this season when trailing at quarter time. So Cairns Taipans face an uphill battle here, but they're playing a team that likes to fall apart late in the New Zealand Breakers.
They go back to Meninga, why wouldn't they?
He's going to have 30. He's
already got 11, yeah.
He could be in for an even bigger night too.
Great start. Already had 5 20-point games this season. And excellent. He's started really well, McVeigh. Gets to his spot. That's what he can do.
And you're in trouble there, even if you have got the athleticism, the length, it doesn't matter. Because he likes to fade away. He can fade away off either leg. He can step through. He just gets really awkward around the jump circle.
McVeigh coming off those 39 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists.
Yeah, unbelievable game. Just the third Aussie for Cairns to ever have 39, with Aaron Trahan and the great Martin Catalini. So some really good company there for Jack McVeigh.
The Alpha uses the glass to good effect. Continuing to rack up points, the Breakers. Here's Andrews. Overall Schofield still out there. And Mojave King back into the action. And continuing on his red-hot shooting form. Back to 6. DJC tried to answer, couldn't. Wants it back. Slow Meninga to get it to him.
Well, he didn't want to give it to him because he's on pace for 40.
He wants to go himself. A little bit ambitious, almost. Got the offensive rebound. And they continue to eat into this margin. Oh boy. The Taipans. Looking to go through McVeigh. 3 of 8 from the field, none of 4 from long range for Jack McVeigh so far. A clear emphasis to get him the ball. Now he has to try and guard. Jackson Cartwright did it beautifully. Meninga. Foul.
Andrew Andrews is confident now. I'm just going to go on the basis of the things we've seen with some of these that I'm not so confident. And what I will say is Adam Ford is fantastic at his coach's challenges.
Coach challenge that you can give me a spread. Let me and you still apply.
So it will be a coach's challenge.
The coach is saying, let's just wait for the challenge first before you give me a spray. Problem was I didn't like from Andrews there is he's saying you're missing it down the other end. So whether his frustration is more, that looks pretty clean there. And then he gets the ball first.
After the ball.
But look here, so that one was clean. It wasn't called there. It was called on that one, and then afterwards he's dislodged the ball, but then gets the arm. So have another look at it there. So it's not on that one, it's this one there. So that's ball there, and then goes and gets the arm.
You think that'll be okay?
Well, he got the ball first. There you go.
He's successful.
There's a lot of trust there from Adam Ford. Adam Ford, and I tell you, look, the crowd love it.
Up and about. You said after that slow start, Peter, look, ordinary early, they've found a bit of momentum here. They're playing some better basketball.
Oh, he said the last 2 rounds they've led the league in field goal percentage and 3-point percentage. So they're playing some good basketball. Just got to figure it out on the defensive end.
Let's go.
So because the coach challenge is still successful, you take away the foul, they're saying the possession was still with the New Zealand Breakers, so they get it back. It's not a jump ball, it's not a shot that the possession's up for grabs. So in the end, if they don't get a stop here,
it's all for nothing. Jackson Cartwright, shot clock. He hasn't realised the shot clock expiring and just a lapse in concentration. Fourth turnover for the Breakers. Still scoreless. Jackson Cartwright does have the 3 assists and a steal. Another find some open shooters. Won't take long for him to get going, you wouldn't think. Here's Schofield. Get the ball to Mojave King. Find Schofield down low, that's a good feed.
Shout out Duncan Berg as well online. He's done some fantastic things with previews and the analytics, but he found Mojave King took a head knock early in the game as well, so that's probably what he was concerned about. So appreciate that, because it's great to see him back out there, and the Cairns Taipans have made top call timeout.
Here's a Tangerine timeout. We mentioned earlier the Tall Blacks and the Boomers. Of course, a number of Breakers are in that squad. Menenga, Liafa, Davison, Darling. There's some of the squad. What do you make of it?
Well, no Shea Illy hurt, so Tane Murray's going to replace Shea Illy, but this is going to be a whole lot of fun. Now, we understand, obviously, with no Will Magnay for the Boomers, but it's a talented Boomers squad. Dave O'Hickey playing great. Daniels, great to see County Pinder back. Geordie Hunter, what a game he had the other night. Nick Kay, stalwart. The Tall Blacks, Mojave King, you look at that. Flynn Cameron, Finn Delaney, and then Yanni Wetzel. Their big man stock. Harrison, Wetzel, Menenga. I expect Sam Menenga to play a whole lot of the 4 with his capabilities of stretching the floor as well. That is going to be a fun series.
Are you worried the Tall Blacks could win the series?
Oh, that's going to be a really competitive series. And a lot of these times in FIBA breaks and the different things with the Asia Cup windows and all of that, the Boomers go out there and get some very convincing wins. That's going to be fun. There's the rivalry renewed, obviously.
Ariane listening into the New Zealand huddle.
That's right. They had a 14-point lead in the first quarter. Now it's been chopped down to only 4. And head coach for the New Zealand Breakers was telling his team they need more aggressiveness on defense. Get your hands up on every single possession. And on offense, he drew up a pretty snazzy play. Let's see if they get a score here.
Jackson Cartwright might have been hard done by. Now they're off and running here, the Taipans. Mojave, got it!
And he's just feeling it. 23 in his last 3 games, 63% from the floor. Hasn't missed a free throw.
What a signing he has been. Feeling it tonight as Lopez shows his range.
Here we go.
Up to 9 points, Groom Lopez. Entertaining game of basketball. So both teams have a long break after this with the FIBA break. And now Schofield trading triples.
Both 4 of 10 now, the Taipans and the Breakers.
Both teams don't play till December 6th after that FIBA break, so they can leave it all out here. Although it is the 4th consecutive road game for the Breakers. Keep playing with the energy as Lee, just a bit too aggressive off the ball, and Menenga.
There's the only replay. 3-point festival right now. Harvey King got things going. Great to see him back on the floor. Karim Lopez, that's too much time and space for him. And then Schofield loves a corner 3 ball.
Brockington. Turnover. Andrews with some fancy moves, couldn't finish. And Lopez tried his best for the defensive end, but Lee will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, Breakers need more from their import guards. PJC 0 of 5, yet to score. You mentioned the 3 assists, and Brockington just at 2 points. He's got 2 turnovers as well. Meanwhile, the Taipans, everybody's getting involved.
Marcus Lee coming off one of his best games of the season. in that loss to Adelaide. Had the 15 points, 9 rebounds, 7 of those offensive boards. Got a little cut under the eye, so he'll have to come to the bench, get that looked at.
Guys, already had conversation is over already.
I'll tell you, absolutely, that is, they've got lucky there. Take out Marcus Lee, who has his troubles at the free throw line. That's being generous, and you bring in Kyron Galloway, who's... You would have been tempted if you had him forward for Kyle Ladnam too. Kyle Ladnam is a sensational free throw shooter. And so is Kyron Galloway. So
and they have tied it all up. Like you said, it was 23-9 at one stage in that first quarter.
I think there's something in that. And you're a bad free throw shooter, you go to the clutch, just scratch the back of your hand real quick.
14, landing space.
So 6 of 9 from the free throw line, but look at the Breakers yet to go to the stripe. They are last in the competition at getting points from the free throw line. Pete, less than 13% of their score. It's not something they usually do.
Here he's blocking.
They do get their chance.
I need more from him.
And up and down his last 4. Isaiah Brockington had the 25 points and 60%, and then 8 points, then 19 points and 4. So a bit of a yo-yo with his scoring output.
I think that's why a large reason as to why they can't finish out those games, right? Because Baker and Brockington, they haven't all fired with PJC at the same time. Granted, when we get to the fourth quarter and we look at their rotations then, a lot of teams like to start more bench guys than starters in the fourth quarter, and that can be the reason why.
They go down to Schofield. Good find for McVeigh. Feet sets. And they're starting to fall in this term. Both teams knocking down threes. McVeigh up to 10. Lopez again went at Galloway.
One's got to travel, one's got to jump ball, one's got... Oh, sorry, one's got to travel, one's got to foul.
We're having conversation first. So, we have 1, 2, go ahead, then 3, come back on the floor. That was my trouble call. On that sequence, where does the foul occur? That's a jump ball at the end. Okay, so that's a jump ball first. Here we go, stays here.
There you go, the explanation.
Yeah, that is fantastic communication as well. Nico just going and saying, hey, I've got to travel, and here's how I saw the play. I've got 1, 2, 3, and the 3 was to travel. Was there your foul in between that? And they can figure it out and say, all right.
They concluded the jump ball was before that third step, so New Zealand possession arrow, although another steal from Andrews, and then just dropped the shoulder straight into the chest of Jackson Cartwright. That's an offensive foul.
Thank you. Orange, 12, charge.
Look at this, they get the steal, and Andrews just says, you know what, I could do a Euro, I could go left, I could go right, or I could go straight through your ribs.
Thank you, Phil.
And that is as easy as the call you get all night.
That's his third turnover already. As we said, he's had 14 in his previous 2 games, 7 in both. So, something he just needs to focus on to help his team try and get their 4th win of the season. Here's Baker. Took his time. Meninga couldn't keep possession.
Those are the ones, I know Baker, he shot the ball well to start this game, but that shot was there as soon as he caught it. Rather than just waiting to see if the defense will close out, either shoot it or move it on, go set a screen.
Schofield again. To go back to McVeigh, but well done from Lopez. Been good on the defensive end. Meninga in transition with authority.
Sam Meninga, what a game he's having. 13 points now, 3 offensive rebounds. Defense leading to offense, just a careless turnover. Meninga out on the break. He enjoyed that one. How good has he been this entire season?
The break is turning defense into offense. And it's all tied up again as we have a Tangerine timeout. And, well, Pete, what about the news that's broken in the last few days? It's official. The answer, Allen Iverson is headed to Perth. NBA legend and cultural icon will be there at Hoops Fest, Jan 15 to 18. an 11-time NBA All-Star, 4-time NBA scoring champ. He was my idol growing up. I was an Allen Iverson fan.
Really?
An inductee into the Naismith Memorial Basket Hall of Fame and the NBA's 2001 MVP. Don't miss your chance to grab some tickets. See if you can head over to Perth, scan the QR code.
Can't wait for Who's Fest this year. Obviously, last year was the start of the season. You learn a whole lot about it. It's a different time of the year, different part of the season. A lot of people get to plan ahead, and some great matchups as well. If you look at the schedule, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. It's not just the NBL. There's a lot more going on around Perth.
Check it out. Get the family there. Have yourself a great experience in the school holidays over summer, which are creeping up pretty quick, the school holidays.
All right, guys.
Good game of basketball in the hands here. A bit ominous early for the Cairns Taipans, but they've been able to really fight their way back into the contest. Here's Lee. Just Fay. Left him off down a triple, so he wants to get into the paint. And
this is where, so you hear Andrews is just pleading for a foul, but he was doing a whole lot of pushing and shoving and hooking. You heard Nico Hernandez saying, you're doing all the hooking yourself. He's just got to lock in a little bit here. Can get a bit carried away with the referees. About to take the lead here from Jack McVeigh, who played well enough to get back in the game, get in front.
7 of 10 from the free throw line as a team, Taipans. Got 12, only Sam Menenga with 13 has more on the floor in this first half. Jack McVeigh's last 5 games averaging 24 points per game. Really found his groove in his new colours this season. Here's Britt. Baker to Menenga. Good offense. And it will be.
It's going to be 15 now for Sam Menenga. 7 of 9 from the floor. A chance to get to 16. And just not doing anything special, just simple pick and rolls. And he's just diving harder than anybody else.
Never had 30 in a game, Pete. He's had 29 a couple of times since tonight.
Yeah, he's on track. He'll get 35 at this rate because no one's doing anything to look like they're going to be able to stop him.
Lee finds Andrews. Defense from Brockington just worried him out of it. And they lose possession.
That's what I mean, just a little lost focus with Andrews in the last 2 minutes. Blows an easy layup. Saw the frustration. I thought he might pick up a foul there.
Menenga gets it back wide open. Disappointed with that. A bit too strong. Yeah, Brockington going to work. Opportunity once again, late in this half for Cairns to regain the lead. Trailed by 13 midway through that first quarter. Andrews just tries to bully his way to the paint, and that might do his confidence the world of good.
He knew he was going to force something soon as well, just really testing the referees.
That's it. Warning. That's a warning for behavior on Sam and the whole team.
Sam Menenga has had a warning for down the other end. He thought that he was getting handled all over on the rebounding attempt.
Thank you. Oh yeah, let's go. Hurry up, guys, please. 1.
Sam Menenga will just call off on the bench for a few minutes. Rob Lowe checks back in.
Thank you.
Taipans continue to get themselves to the free throw line, 9 and 12. Jackson Cartwright still scoreless. There he is with possession. Can he get something going? There's the speed to blow by Galloway, and he's on the board.
Yeah, he got the matchup that he wanted, just put his head down. And the help side defense has not been there this whole half for the Taipans.
Missed his first 5 field goal attempts. Now he's trying to guard McVeigh, who pulls up, comes up short.
Brockington is all over the glass. That's a 6th rebound, Isaiah Brockington, as PJC.
We'll get it back.
Clear out.
And that's Lee. Low.
Sometimes you can do too much when you see the mismatch. Just get out of the way. Everybody get their feet set. Let PJC just break down Marcus Lee off the dribble. He's too quick.
3-point scoring's dried up for New Zealand after a fast start. They're now 4 of 13 as McVeigh.
What I talk about. You let him get to his spot right in front of the charge circle.
Continuing to lead from the front. Davison. Jackson Cartwright, enough time and space. Again off the mark, 4 of 14 from the field, from beyond the arc. And they go straight to Lee. Missed under the basket.
Adam Ford just put his head in his hands as Carl Davison, oh wow.
That's that easy.
Oh, absolutely. And anytime you see him get into a gather, it's normally wise that that's going to be a turnover. So this is a big minute here for Taipans. They've just missed a layup. And Davison has scored, and they've turned it over. We've seen this story way too many times. The self-inflicted wounds from Cairns when they put themselves in good positions.
They've made a 4-point lead late in the half. They've worked so hard to get themselves back in the contest. Couple of mistakes, a good hustle though from Andrews. And then a little bit to go on with.
Hold on.
With Ruben Tarangi.
I'm going to call the foul on Ruben. I know it's accidental, but we got the foul on you. Okay? You're pushing him down. Is he trying to? I understand it's accidental, but I'm going to go with the foul on you. We're going a normal foul on Ruben.
Take over the replay.
Good hands there from Andrews.
Push the foul.
You heard the referee's explanation, but Ruben Tarangi's got a good point as Andrews slid into his feet.
Just give me a sec. 7.
And you saw Tarangi kind of kneeled on him. That's the referee saying you pushed him down.
And that might have been what Andrews didn't appreciate. Maybe thought a little bit more in it. He's fired up, Andrews, and he's going to go to the free throw line again.
Another look at it here. So again, it was great activity from Andrews. That's the positive way to channel it. Right there as Tarangi falls forward. That second little effort. Not a heap in it. But enough to get the foul call.
Throws himself and knocks down both. He's worked himself up now at 9 points, 4 assists. Mentioned the turnovers, but he's got 3 steals as well. Andrews, and they are back in front by 2, late in the half. Another Tangerine timeout. Of course, this is the first of a Saturday doubleheader, and it is a big one right after this. Southeast Melbourne Phoenix at home against the Adelaide 36ers. This is going to be must-watch basketball. 2nd v 3rd on the ladder. Southeast Melbourne. There's been some people questioning whether they can take a big scalp. This is the one.
This is their test. The last time they played Adelaide put them to the sword. So much so that it had Kane Corns talking after that game. He was in attendance, wasn't happy with what he saw from the Phoenix, but I'm looking forward to this one. We'll chat to the boys at John Cain Arena after this, half-time.
Of course, anytime you get to see Bryce Cotton in action, it is worth watching. And he's straight up after this one. New Zealand led by 13 early. Now trail. Good performance by Cairns, who have struggled at home this season. 3-11. They are, I think they were exactly 3-11 this time last year, Pete.
They sure were. Exactly the same. And they'll hopefully get Sam Wardenberg back quicker than expected, would help them. Everyone else can get healthy. Mojave King's there all season with Higgins Titcher out. Sam Wardenberg's the one that I just can't wait to see back on an NBL floor. I mean, everything that he's dealt with, he always deals with injuries at poor times, coming off an all-league recognition in Puerto Rico alongside Jabril McGee.
They'll be back in action December 6th at Illawarra. Rockington gets that to go. All square again. A number of lead changes now in this half. Set off the top. It is 9v10, but winner absolutely can stay in touch with 6th spot on the ladder as Galloway comes up short. Menenga pulls down his 4th rebound to go with the 16 points he's had in this first half. And they'll get the final possession.
Going back to this where you keep Menenga there to keep Marcus Lee away from the rim.
Now Jackson Cartwright. Davison. Shot clock, no, the clock down to 2. And Parker Jackson Cartwright, who had gone 1 from 7 from the field, only 2 points, knocks down the big 3 right on half-time. And that will be the difference between the two teams. As we take a look at the replay, thought they were going to run out of time, but catch and shoot.
What a fun first half this has been. Back and forth. You mentioned their ladder position, but the beauty of the playing tournament, all you've got to do is get to 6th spot.
Plenty of feeling in this one. Ariana, you have Kareem Lopez.
That's right, Kareem. I saw you do a little shimmy after you hit a 3 on McVeigh, and you've been playing excellent defense. How are you embracing the challenge of matching up against one of the premier players?
Yeah, it's always nice to go against great players, so just embracing that and just having fun out there.
You guys had a sizable lead in that first quarter, and now it's a ball game. How do you guys continue the dominance we saw in the first?
We just got to keep our intensity up, our communication, and just play harder.
How do you make sure that they do not stay red hot from deep? I saw Coach tell you guys, you got to get your hands up on defense. How do you protect the three-point line more?
You got to run off the line. Everybody can shoot, and they're great shooters, so just got to run off the line.
Good luck in the second.
I appreciate it.
Well, you heard from Kareem Lopez. He's embracing the challenge, matching up with McVeigh. The guys will break it all down after this quick break.
Please welcome onto our court our teams for today's halftime game. All thanks to Bunnings courtside access. They've received some great merch and some great seats today, thanks to Bunnings. And now they're about to take the court and sink a few shots of their own. Let's please welcome Team Angela, Team Kai, Team Nicoletta, and Team Alex. They're going to play 5v5 at each end of the court. And it's all thanks to Bunnings for creating an unforgettable day for the next generation forwards. Visit the website to find out more.
Half-time, Cairns Convention Centre, and it is the Cairns Taipans trailing by 3. But it was the New Zealand Breakers who jumped out of the blocks. They led by 13 early. Cairns have been able to find a way to get themselves back. It's been a willing contest. Both teams shooting at a pretty good clip. And we have a good game of basketball on our hands at half-time, Pete Hall.
Nearly identical half-time stats. Have a look at that. The only real difference is the free throws. The Breakers just getting there 3 times. And other than that, the start the New Zealand Breakers had, Coach Kopp would be thrilled. But the Cairns Taipans found a way to get back into this game. They took the lead at one point. And when they don't hurt themselves, they're a good basketball team. They've got weapons. Mojave King's been great. Andrew Andrews was trying to channel his frustration the right way. And other than that, I think we've got a ball game.
Well, the one man that has dominated this first half is Sam Menenga, the former Taipan. He averages 16.5 points this season. Well, he already has that at half-time, Pete, and he's never had 30 in a game. Could this be the night?
There was a couple of times where it looked like he was trying to force it, but I love what he does, and I love that he said in the off-season he wanted that respect as one of the best premier big men in the competition, and right now he's proving that he is one of those. Leading candidate for the most improved player. He can step out and shoot the 3. He's stronger than a lot of his opponents as well, but I love just the way that his activity continues to move without the ball, and being that threat to knock down the 3 at a high rate can really open things up for PJC in Brockington. 16 points, you look at his Blackmore stats, 7 of 10 from the field. As the great Leonard Copeland would say, if he's 7 of 10 from the field for 16 at halftime, it's simply not enough shots.
He's been leading the way. Karim Lopez, 9 points. As we said, Jackson Cartwright, just the 5 points at half-time, but he will get cooking in the second half, you would expect. Well, as we said, this is the first of a big double-header. A second game to come right after this. John Cain Arena, the boys are there. Damon Lowry, Andrew Gaze. What a matchup. Second v third, Southeast Melbourne Phoenix v the Adelaide 36ers. How do you see it?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, this one. The Adelaide 36ers coming off a win, but also a win that was full of drama. Damon Lowry with the greatest player that we've seen in recent times in Bryce Cotton. Very emotional on the sidelines. Can you fill us in with any updates? Because when he's on song, best player in the competition.
I have no updates, and he's still the best player in the competition. And whatever he was going through, he seemed to have somehow gotten over it to the tune of about 30-odd points and 13 assists.
Well, it's incredible. Scoreless at quarter time, and then just was able to overcome some emotion. Just speak so how good he is when he's going through some trauma. He's still able to perform to his absolute very best. And the Phoenix, and one player that we don't talk a whole lot about is Geordie Hunter. They're coming off a massive 24-point game and having a wonderful season, particularly from the three-point line.
Geordie, believe it or not, he used to just be a screen and roll guy. Now he's a screen and pop guy, Drew. He's shooting over 50% from 3, and he had all the people who had him in his Supercoach team wrapped to the back teeth.
Speak on it, Damien. We've got an absolute cracker coming up here. It's going to be a beauty, and we look forward to your company a little later on.
Well, fellas, before you go, I do want to ask, because everyone keeps saying, the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, are they underappreciated right now? Should they be up there with the legit championship contenders? A lot of people say they haven't taken that scalp. They got smacked around by Adelaide last time. Is this their ultimate test? And secondly, Damon, I know you're colourblind, but even you know that jacket is looking different.
Well, you know what it is? His couch at home's got a big patch in it.
He's just ripped it out.
He's taken the scissors to the couch and said, this is a good idea for a jacket.
You guys can all go and get stuff, by the way.
Oh, hello.
This jacket is flying. Thank you very much.
It's
hey,
popping.
yes, and the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix are very underappreciated. Yes, they lost to Adelaide. That was like in round 4, man. That was a long time ago. This is a payback game. If they don't win this one, then we might ask a couple of questions.
I think you look magnificent, Damon, and we are looking forward to a magnificent call. No, you look okay, Gazy. We're looking forward to a good call from you two straight after this at John Cain Arena. That's the big one, Southeast Melbourne Phoenix v the Adelaide 36ers. But it is halftime here, Cairns Convention Centre, and it is the Breakers leading the Taipans by 3 points. Second half right after this.
Want to hook up you and your mates with the ultimate NBL VIP experience?
Here's what Bunnings has got for your crew.
To hook up you and 4 mates, enter now.
welcome back. I'm here with New Zealand head coach Petteri Koponen. Coach, when I look at the stat sheet, you guys are neck and neck in almost every category. How do you guys break away in the second half?
No, we need to get stops, get to the open court. You know, if you have to play against their switching, you know, we got a little bit stagnant in the first half. It's going to be a long night, you know, so we need to get stops, you know, contest every shot. They are a great shooting team, so a little bit more stops, get to the open court, and go from there.
Sam Maniga is on track to have 40 points tonight. How great has he been, and how do you continue to feed him?
No, he need to take that advantage, you know, after they're switching. We need to be more patient also, put the ball inside sometimes, not to settle on those three-pointers. You know, we're going to take them in the end, but, you know, feed the big guy when it's hot.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, New Zealand have won their last 6 games against the Cairns Taipans. Is there any danger of being broken tonight, Pete? How do you see this second half playing out?
I mean, this third quarter is crucial for the Breakers because they are the only team in the NBL not to win after trailing in the fourth quarter. So if they're down in the fourth quarter, they have to find a way to get it done because they've also given up the 6 times they've been in front in the fourth quarter and lost. Like, it's a real issue for them. Not to mention in games where they've been up double figures, 4 of those have gone on to lose. What could have been at the FIBA break for New Zealand, but all they can worry about now is what's in front of them, and that's a big second half here.
Even that round 9 loss to Perth, they led by 2 early in the last quarter, 22-7 run, cost them the victory. They've been on the road, they've been travelling, it's their 4th consecutive away game. They find a way to get it done. Or do the Cairns Taipans find a way to win at home that has been a real issue for them?
Got to do early work there. A lot of people might say that's great defense, but if you let Jack McVeigh back to the basket, around the block, short corner, he's just going to be too good as Parker Jackson Cartwright.
Well, get himself to the free throw line.
Krim Lopez started this one on the bench with his 3 fouls.
Just 3 free throw attempts for New Zealand in the first half, 13 to Cairns. Jackson Cartwright knocked down that triple right on the half-time buzzer to give them that 3-point lead. There is Karim Lopez.
Kind of stabbed it at that free throw, Parker Jackson Cartwright. Didn't really follow through. Same with that one. That's Burgess.
He's given away Burgess, the code word money. And he could have put all sorts of money. If it was going to be anyone that wasn't going to be BJC that was going to give the Burgers, as Cairns have just made a meal of that.
Well, I mean, that 7-second period right there.
Thanks, Andrews. Thank you. Thank you.
That 7-second period right there sums up this first half of the season for the Taipans. They were trying their best to turn that over.
8 turnovers. Cairns 7. And there's another steal. That's his 4th. So he tidies up the mistake that they made a moment ago. And they're back in front.
He got a bit frustrated with Kyron Galloway, but then dapped him up and said, hey, let's go. You're going to have a 3-ball. Another steal.
Starting to build a nice stat line as Stavison gets up and gets another couple of points. He's got 6.
Wouldn't mind seeing a dunk contest back. He's wherever going to do it. Cheatham, Jalen Galloway, Davison.
Here's McVeigh. He probably wouldn't be in a dunk contest. Galloway, Andrews. Would he be?
No, absolutely not. No, you know. Just didn't.
No need for it.
Just
Rockington.
drive by.
Here's Davison. They go to Menenga.
Dig down if you're Andrew Andrews.
Galloway trying his best. Did a pretty good job. Try and work through their set. Mojave King, who knocked down a couple of threes.
Got to square up there, Galloway. Had a free throw.
Back to Galloway. Good ball movement. That's good offense.
The offense is clicking.
So coming off
12 assists now.
Scored 100 points for the first time this season in that overtime loss. They got 50 on the board early in the third.
90 twice in the game before that. Yeah. Baker, that's a strong take from Baker.
The lead keeps changing hands. There's King to McVeigh. Again wants to get to his spot. Creative, but on that occasion, Now they're off and running. Rockington to the left, good finish.
Well, anytime it's a poor shot from either team or a turnover, both teams are taking advantage, pushing the pace before the defense is set. BJC's 4th assist.
Wanted the offensive foul, no whistle. Andrews gave up the look. Instead, the two-man game with Marcus Lee worked beautifully.
A little pick and roll, nothing.
Out the other end.
This might be looked at from Adam Ford.
24.
Marcus Lee's got 2 fouls. This will be his 3rd.
Before he has the ball.
So there you go, the referee, good explanation. Before he has the ball. Yep, right there. So that they're talking about this could be a clear path.
I have the foul first.
Got the foul here on the
Before he
pass.
has the ball.
Before he got the ball.
Do we have anybody in front of him?
So this will be 3rd personal if it does stay. You can see that foul out 6 of 14 games. Has had his foul troubles.
Well, there's no one else in behind Sam Menenga.
Guys.
So they're just trying to figure out exactly.
That's correct, to see if it meets the criteria for C4.
Well, they're reviewing for an unsportsmanlike due to Menenga being the last man back.
Yep.
If that's the case, so that's what they're looking at. There's no one else. Unless we're counting floor wipers. That's the foul there. Gee.
He did stop.
Yeah, it's going to be upgraded.
Adam.
Unlucky.
2 shots and the ball here.
Let's go. It's on the pass. It's on the pass. Your last defensive player.
Adam, happy to explain?
Your last
Sam
defensive
shooting.
player.
Want an explanation? I'm happy to give it to you.
For the shot. So she's focused to your last defensive player.
Stop.
So you heard the explanation.
Technical foul here.
And now.
Technical foul, 1 shot.
And technical on Andrew Andrews, which is probably the most unsurprising thing of the night because he's been ready.
Yeah.
Guys, 1 shot, then 2 shots.
So it is an unsportsmanlike foul.
Well, it's not a heap in the push. Anyway, so they were saying they reviewed it as unsportsmanlike because of the clear path criteria, being that there's no one else behind Sam Menenga, and if the Marcus Lee doesn't do that, then Sam Menenga has a layup. And then Andrew Andrews doubled down on it. And if I'm Sam Menenga, you just knock those 2 down, and there's a technical, yeah, I'd be staying there.
So just need to keep their cool now, the Taipans, regroup. Breakers will keep possession. So they lead by 3. Menenga, 17 points. Taipans look to regroup. Been tight since early in the 2nd quarter. McVeigh, good hands. And that will be a turnover.
Yeah, they've really picked up their defensive intensity, and Andrews, to be honest, has been the leader in that. Yes, at times it's boiled over, he just had a technical, but he's really lifted. He's getting up and in the ball, he's playing off the ball, he's being active with his hands. He's also just got to be a little careful now because he's already had 1 technical, so he can stay on the floor. He's got 11 points, 5 assists, he's got 4 steals.
Still watching up. Good job.
Ref just went a little bit early, still waiting for the floor wiper to clean up. We'll start again. Only 3 scorers in double digits, but Jack McVeigh 16. Andrew Andrews up to 11, and only Menenga double digits, but they've got a whole host of scorers, the New Zealand Breakers. There's Admiral Schofield. Didn't start this game, spent the first few minutes warming up. Harvey King had some concerns as well, but they've both been able to get out in the court. We're going to get a jump ball. Couldn't make a decision.
I've got no idea who's gone. We've got a jump ball. I've got no idea who's the last one to come on. Who's the jump ball?
Possession arrow goes the way of New Zealand.
Got the honesty.
Brockton.
You hook up first.
Baseline.
Meninga just worrying them out down there. This time it was not Mag.
This is where they're undersized. The breakers can really punish them.
He was on 2 fouls. If that was good.
The trouble with Marcus Lee sitting on the bench. Brockington. Good hustle from Davison. Opportunity for some second chance points. There's Brockington.
I'll tell you what, Galloway, that looked clean. Now, he has been on the wrong end of a sensational block when they played the Cairns Taipans, and Adam Ford might challenge it.
I think he will.
He might not even need to remember.
Yes. This will be interesting. The swipe from behind can't hit the hand. It needs to be all ball. And we will have a coach's challenge.
Oh, that block that had on silent Cheatham. Galloway. Oh, look here. Oh, yeah.
The hand.
No wrist.
Yeah. So successful earlier in the game. Adam Ford might not be the case this time round. Just wait. The official ruling, it will be unsuccessful. It'll be Brockington, and we will go to the free throw line.
Let's go!
I feel just an important couple of minutes here, Pete, for Cairns. Just got to make sure they don't just lose their way late in this quarter, and all of a sudden, in a game that's been seesawing and lead changes, they're not having too big of a margin at three-quarter time.
Well, again, we have talked about New Zealand's struggles in the fourth quarter, so if there's any team they can afford to do it against, it'll be the Breakers. But they have played really well. And to be honest, they haven't hurt themselves as much as they have been in previous games, with poor shots, back-to-back turnovers, and defensive breakdowns.
Said earlier, both teams will be really looking forward to the FIBA break. A couple of weeks off.
Adam Ford's been given a warning.
Warning on Cairns bench.
Adam Ford was saying that Brockington was stepping over the free throw line.
Unusual little jump. Free throw. That's out to 5. Here's McVeigh. Baker guarding him. And now Andrews. This is the layup. This is where they just have to now try and get a stop, because all of a sudden, too easy for Jackson Cartwright, and it's out to 7 points, although he's had trouble climbing back over that. Wasn't able to help out, and then a turnover from Lopez. So they gifted opportunity here for Cairns.
They've got to send the double now.
Good ball movement. There's Mag knocking it down.
I was going to say it was a pretty good scramble, but then they just gave up on that last pass.
They needed that one, the Taipans. Lopez at the 9 points, and he already knocked one down from this exact spot. Couldn't get that to go. Here's an Amy replay. This was the ball movement.
Yeah, feet set. Taipans hanging around.
The rebound count, New Zealand's favour. Brockington leading away with 7 rebounds.
Holding on first. You grab on first. You grab him before the screen even occurs. Hang on. Cop. You grab him before the screen.
Cop wanted to think about a challenge. Nico said, hey, it's a good call. I wouldn't worry about it.
So this is the first meeting this season between the two teams. There is the corner 3 from Schofield, and
foul Mag. Brockington is all over the glass tonight. 8 rebounds.
And they're in the bonus. So this is really going to aid the Breakers. Now to get to the free throw line, still 4 minutes to play in this quarter. Just see there. Grab the arm. Yeah, Brockington's got 10 points, 8 boards, 3 assists.
Adam Ford is watching. Adam Ford is just watching his toes. That's what he got that warning for before.
Yeah, he's got us all watching the toes.
I think that was his goal.
Having a nice impact tonight is Brockington.
Without the little head shimmy, it's a little Nathan Crosswell to that free throw. Without the little head.
Here's Andrews.
Layup.
Gave it up. Good, just knocked one down. City court final 4 minutes now. Menenga's entry pass off the foot of Galloway.
And also, for both these teams, you don't have to try and rest anybody or do any of that because this is their last game before the fever break. Granted, there are a lot of players who are going to be playing for that Tall Blacks team.
Like you said, they're looking for that well-earned break. Just the players too, some commentators as well, Pete. Looking for a break?
Oh, yeah. Give me a bit of chance to help around at home with the newborn.
Hardest working man.
Oh, not really. That's
in the NBL.
Mate, that's why you marry well. That's why you've got fantastic women around us.
Congratulations on that. Going well?
Going very well. What's up? Thank you very much.
So that is now 4 fouls on Marcus Lee, so he will have to sit, and this is a big blow, particularly at the defensive end. As you've touched on, Pete, they don't have the size, and New Zealand can take advantage of that.
And I know Coach Cobb would be thinking it's Sam Menenga's rotation soon to come out of this game for Rob Lowe. I'd be inclined to let him rock here for the rest of this quarter and continue to feed him down low. They do not have the size to stay with him.
Just the 1 point this quarter for Sam Menenga after having 16 at the half. Again, they've missed a couple of free throws.
Oh, wow.
Gets it back. And he'll have another chance to redeem himself. Well, he does look a bit spent at the moment.
Push.
Admiral Schofield has a few words. There's a bit of feeling in this.
Let's go. Good day. Hold on, both.
Oh, double technical.
The only man who's big enough to match Sam Menenga physically, Schofield.
1-3, technical foul here. Let's go. Good shots.
Does that need to be a technical?
Well, I think that's just Nengo's just saying, hey, this will make them completely stop, right?
Let's go.
And it hasn't, because they're still chirping back and forth. And Sam Menenga, after just missing 2.
Just a couple of big boys having a few words. Good to see the feeling in this.
One time.
Said both teams.
They're not, both those guys are not going to back down from anything.
No one's getting in between them. You wouldn't.
Absolutely not.
Hey, Jack. This side, you can run. It's up.
This was the concern. It's just drifted back out to 8 points for Cairns. No Marcus Lee. Menenga does take a seat.
If you go back to the blitz, actually, Schofield and Menenga had a bit of a run-in way back at the blitz. So it doesn't take much for a new face for just to plant a little seed in there. Remember, not a fan.
And this is their first meeting this season, so they've had to wait a while.
Not a fan, and that's what we're here for. You need those kind of rivalries within the games.
Yeah, just keep it in the back of the head. Schofield would love to get some points on the board. Just 6 in this one.
He's really struggled his last few games, Schofield.
Lowe turns it over.
Come off you last.
Harvey King is still stuck on 6 points. He knocked down a couple of threes early in the game after getting assessed with a head knock, we believe. Hasn't been able to score since. Can they get him involved? McVeigh looking for the foul.
That's a 3-ball.
Seen that move before, Pete.
I mean, you just saw he's got Rob Lowe there, and a lot of people would think you've got a mismatch with a big guy, try and put some heat on the rim, but when you start going between the legs without actually making any north to south movement, you're trying to get the big to take a little shuffle back so you can rise up. And Jack McVeigh just played that to a T.
That's why the expert, as they go into Lopez, so can finish. And we'll go down to Ariana courtside.
Guys, this has to be one of the most high-intensity games that I've been a part of all season long. It's scrappy, it's physical. Both teams want this win before the big FIBA break, but I have to ask, how do the Taipans get back to what made them so successful in that first half, which was dominating the three-point line? Do they need to drive and kick? Do they need more ball movement? How do they get back to knocking down some threes from deep?
How do they get some more threes, Pete? How can Cairns get back and knock down?
Well, they need more of that side-to-side movement to shift the defense. And again, a lot of their good stuff was coming with the high on ball and Andrews getting deep. But they're not putting that pressure on the rim either. So again, teams will start to loosen up guarding the three if you're going to put some heat down.
There you go. Right on cue, Ariana.
Mojave King's yet to miss. So I'll be trying to get Mojave King involved in everything.
Great shout, though, from Ariana Court. So they are playing for keeps, these two teams. You can look and say they're down the bottom of the ladder, but they know there is a win at stake. An important one, too. As Tarangi responds at the other end. We saw a bit of this in the second quarter. Andrews just helps himself straight down the middle.
That's the one. Just a little rub screen, put heat on the rim, make the defense have to overhelp, and then find your shooters if they do.
He's just come to life again after just a little bit of a scratchy patch through this quarter is Baker.
Good foul there from Mojave King to make sure that he didn't get the N1.
Guys, here we go. Stop. Line up.
Of course, don't go anywhere. Still plenty more Hungry Jacks NBL to come tonight. That one at John Cain Arena is going to be an absolute beauty. Southeast Melbourne Phoenix are flying at the moment. 6 of their last 7.
This is their test.
At home, hosting Bryce Cotton and the Adelaide 36ers. Andrew Gaze, Damon Lowry and Joel Peterson will take you through that one. So
they've fallen short every time they've played those teams above them. The Phoenix, the Adelaide 36ers and Melbourne United twice. How legit are they? We're about to find out, and that's going to be awesome because the Phoenix, they were clinical the other night. Sobey's been great. Foxwell continues his trajectory.
Geordie Hunter coming off one of his best games, knocking down triples.
I just want to see the plan that Josh King has for Bryce Cotton, because it wasn't the best when they played last time. What they learned from that is King tries to stay hot.
His first miss of the night, 3 or 4 from the field. Again, now they are starting to really get to the free throw line, the Breakers.
And the Breakers can sense it too, that it's the lack of discipline from the Taipans.
I mean, 3 free throw attempts at half-time. I think they've had 15 this quarter.
Yeah, good maths from you, Joey. They've really put their head down.
Needed the fingers. Brockington, Menenga have all been able to get there a number of times. And now Jackson Cartwright, just his 8th point. Of course, he missed 2 free throws earlier in the quarter. Gave away the burgers. Makes that.
Money was the code word if you're just jumping across.
That's 9 points. So we know the Breakers have had their troubles in 4th quarters. Cairns need to stay within touch, give themselves some belief. McVeigh, you know he's got plenty of belief.
It's a really good set. It's a really, really good set in the half court. That little screen, the screener, and Coach Koff cannot believe there was miscommunication. And because of that, I'm running it again.
Backing up his 39 points against Adelaide with 22. Before 3/4 time, McVeigh. Now he's trying to do it on the defensive end. Shot clock down to 6. Jackson Cartwright just too quick. Too quick.
Way too quick. Just put his head down. It doesn't matter, right? So let's see if they can execute again.
Is Barker pulling up? 2 for 1 opportunity.
Still got one here themselves. Breakers.
Jackson Cartwright sends it to the other end.
No, you can just slow it down. Jack McVeigh. So Jack McVeigh, try and get a smaller guard switched onto you. That's what they're going to look like they're trying to do with Lockie Barker with PJC as he waves it away and says, you know what?
And foul to give. Tarangi uses his experience. Take a side ball, Cairns, with under 10 seconds left, and Coach Coppinen will make some subs, bring in his defenders. Is going to be for McVeigh or for Mojave King?
Oh, it's right there too. Mojave King was open.
McVeigh turns it over. His first turnover of the night.
And that's what I'd like to see a little bit more to start the fourth quarter is if you can get Jack McVeigh and Mojave King on one side cleared out and let them continue to have that little brush screen or an on-ball pick and pop. If there's any sort of confusion, you've got two elite shooters spotting up.
Well, Jackson Cartwright hit one on the buzzer at halftime, and he does it again at three-quarter time. You can't keep a good man down. Parker Jackson Cartwright now up to 14 points, and all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, New Zealand lead by 11. There it is. Half-time and now three-quarter time. Cairns with their work cut out. New Zealand doing it comfortably.
Located in Cairns, Mossman, the Taipans, and they service also the Cassowary Coast region. Let's give it up for Mick and his team, and also Ruth Massingham, 350! NB Forklifts is your local forklift dealer, service agent, and forklift hire provider. Station Cairns, NB Forklift service agent, Mossman, and the Taipans, and Cassowary Coast. Brings offering on-site business for forklift sales, service, and repair. Once again,
Welcome back to the Cairns Convention Center. It's time for the fourth quarter, and here comes Jack McVeigh. His team is down by 11, but he is lighting it up from deep, doing it all, leading all scorers. Let's see if he can continue his dominance here in the fourth. Guys.
Well, the New Zealand Breakers find themselves in familiar territory once again. They've given up fourth quarter leads 6 times and lost, and they hold on to this one.
Barker, good start. Will it be in the back of their minds, the Breakers?
Oh, absolutely it will. Finishing out games has been a massive issue, but I'd like this from Coach Copper, leaving Menenga and PJC out there, 2 key starters to begin the fourth.
Set three-point shooting's dried up for New Zealand, now 7 of 22. They were 3 of 5 early in the game. Getting a much ball movement at the moment. Said they tried to force it into Andrews, and that wasn't a good possession. Well done from Jackson Cartwright. Can he make them pay? Tarangi.
No. Got big misses now, Menenga and Tarangi. They want to push this out.
Had some good looks to start the quarter, New Zealand. Cairns. They're going to back themselves in.
And timeout. Coach Kopp said not again.
Back-to-back triples to start the quarter. And that 11-point lead all of a sudden straight back to 5. Tangerine timeout. Cairns are coming.
All right, we're going to turn the lights down
Andrew. 7 assists, 4 steals, putting together a pretty nice night in the end. Jack McVeigh leading the way. And New Zealand now have 5 players in double digits. Well, Pete Hawley, Amy Replay, you put it on the agenda at 3-quarter time. New Zealand, the amount of times they have coughed up 4th-quarter leads. Cairns Taipans have knocked down back-to-back threes to start this 4th quarter, and they've got the momentum.
You saw on the Amy Replay, they're just a passive defense going under, and you're right. We've said it all game, but 6 times this season, they've led in the 4th quarter and gone on to lose. And this would be another game as PJC steadies the ship that they've had a double-digit lead and gone on to lose. It'd be a double whammy if they fall apart here. Look at that. Time in front. It's been all New Zealand.
Mojave King will be disappointed he missed that. Both teams getting good looks from beyond the arc to start this quarter. Jackson Cartwright, he might have something to say about it. Not on his watch.
18 points now for PJC. Very quiet early, but he is lifting here.
18 points, 5 assists, 3 steals. Galloway, good finish. Menenga. Got the size advantage on McVeigh, but the support came from Galloway. They just couldn't kick the ball in.
Good help there from Galloway. That's what you need to do when you see someone who's walling up. This is from Jack McVeigh. Sam Menenga loves a quick spin move there. You come across and help out. Jeez. I like that physicality being let go as Karim Lopez. He's just too big, too strong.
They've got it back to that 11-point 3-quarter time margin. Good timeout from Coach Coppinen. McVeigh feels like he's being held. He wants the ball down low. This spot, do they send the double? Lopez comes, it's a bit too late. McVeigh to the free throw line.
That's what you have to do. When you find the mismatch, you're just trying to do anything you can.
Line up, you guys, let's go, please. Guys, let's go.
Well, you've got to run a double team. You just have to.
Running behind. We just Hammers outside if we want. No. Let's go.
Haven't really been able to get to the free throw line much in this second half, Cairns. 11 of 13.
22, 5, and 4 for the marquee man.
I said earlier, his last 5 games, he's been averaging 24 points a game. He's got that mark again tonight. He's still going to need a few more if they had to create this upset, come from behind win.
Just lead back in as well. See if he can close out the game without fouling out once again.
Menenga gets to his spot, the foul. It's going to be on Galloway.
I think it was on
Mojave
Mojave
kick, sorry.
King.
Yeah.
0!
Yep.
Thank you. Let's go, guys.
Marcus Lee just a big sigh of relief.
Just shut.
Menenga has been able to get to the strike plenty of times in the second half. Now, 5 of 8 for his 20 points. 6th time this season. He's had at least 20 in a game.
Now.
5 of 9. It's an even 10-point margin. 7 minutes to go before both these teams will go to the fever break. Now Mojave King couldn't finish.
And I think that's Marcus Lee. He's done.
24!
He's out. He came on for all but 30-something seconds. Adam Ford has no challenges remaining, so Mojave King misses that one, and right there, it's a foul.
Go!
Just a bit reckless in his intent. That's now 7 out of the 15 games this season he is fouled out of. And that's really going to make it difficult for the Taipans with the size of the breakers. Jackson Cartwright. That time. They're going to look to push the tempo here. The Taipans, Mojave King found a little lane. Again, wasn't able to finish, but did draw the foul.
Good take there.
Line up.
Line.
Line up. Line up, please.
Keep this team in it. Plenty of time left.
Stop.
Anything Coach Ford could try? Can he mix it up? What can he do to try and get this deficit?
You knock these two down. It's 8 points. Just get a couple of stops and continue to put heat on the rim. That's what I've liked about this is they haven't just blazed away from three thinking that's their only way back in this game. They've got to the free throw line, a couple of layups. They've missed a couple as well.
That's not going to help. Mojave King missing both free throws. Lopez was fouled.
Dog.
Well,
Andrew Andrews picks up the foul there for the slap down. He didn't like it.
Hands foul. Let's go. 12. Hey, I'd recommend we stop it. Let's go here, guys. 2. I recommend we stop it. I understand.
He's frustrated, Andrews.
He's already had one technical.
Got his 4th personal. The technical.
1.
Lopez, as cool as you like, knocks down both. He's got 15 points, 6 of 8 from the field. 3 rebounds and assist. And now we will have a Tangerine timeout as the Breakers lead by 12 points. As we've mentioned a number of times throughout this call, Pete, I know you're getting straight home to watch the big one after this. John Cain Arena, Southeast Melbourne Phoenix v the Adelaide 36ers, second v third.
Just a massive game going into the FIBA break as well to really test out where the Phoenix are at. And they get the jump, move up to second spot. John Brown is going to be huge. Flynn Cameron. What plan do they have for this man, Bryce Cotton? Simply phenomenal once again, battling personal issue the other night. What do they have in store? You see that man PJC right there. He's got 6 assists. Again, both him and Andrew Andrews are the only 2 guys in the league to have multiple 10 assist games, which is a plus. But PJC, in all-time Breakers assist averages, he averages 6.6, just ahead of Cedric Jackson at 6.4. And Cedric Jackson, that's a former MVP, 3-time champ, 5-time assist leader. He is in really, really good company and found a home in New Zealand.
Ariana, you were listening in to Coach Ford in that timeout. What do you have to say to his group?
That's right. He pointed at Jack McVay and Mojave King and told him to stay aggressive offensively. He really wants to try to get Mojave King going more late in this 4th quarter, and that's not a bad idea because he's been so efficient during his time with the Taipans as Jack McVay scores right there.
26 now for McVay, and that was a breakdown from New Zealand. Cairns did the right thing and punished him as Sam Menenga. That's just bully ball. They're going to call travel.
Quick to want to review.
You can't review.
So you can't review this because it's not a foul. Let's have another look here. There's a bump. 1, 2. Oh, that is not a travel. Or maybe his foot just touched. Yeah, or maybe he had a 3rd step before he'd let go of the ball. But geez, it's very good eyes if that's the case.
They go back to McVay. They double him. He'll get it back. Shot clock down to 5. This is tough. That is real tough. But nothing is too tough for Jack McVay. He's got 29 on 59% shooting.
The tougher the shot, the more he likes it.
They get it back to 7. They've got some momentum, and they get a stop now. Lopez. Tarangi. Drop the shoulder. He got the finish.
I feel like Schofield might just be carrying something, but just to get thrown out the way that easy, not being able to move your feet. To get in front and stop Tarangi getting downhill.
6 points, 2 of 6 shooting for Admiral Schofield. Has 3 assists. Andrews. The ball fake, and a chance for a three-point play.
What I love about this from Andrews is he's been really patient. Hasn't forced anything. Sometimes we see them just trying, and it's not just him. Everyone else just tries to get it back at the three-point line. He would have every right to set his feet and take that three ball. Shot fake, got downhill. Get it the old-fashioned way. And I tell you what, the Taipans are just hanging around, and that little seed of doubt from New Zealand probably starting to kick in.
He's now building a big stat line, Andrews, 19 points, 8 assists, 4 steals, I should say. He had 3 turnovers early in the game, has not had one since. And he's trying to will his team over the line. Looking for their 4th win of the season before the fever break. New Zealand looking for their 5th. Rockington. Important bucket.
Just 14 points for Brockington, but after a very quiet start for him and PJC. Combined for 32. Got to send a double. Here it comes.
McVeigh waited for it, got it to Galloway. Strong on that. Shooting at 43% from three-point line tonight, Cairns.
Johnson's been just quietly going about his business too. 14 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists.
Here's Andrews, wants the foul.
Watch 6. Hold.
That'll be the 4th team foul on New Zealand, so next foul will send Cairns to the line in the bonus. Coach Coppin doesn't look comfortable at all.
Understandably so.
Here's McVeigh, he's got 29. There's the crossover, there's the pull-up. There is another triple. Jack McVeigh lighting it up. 5 of 10 from the three-point line, 32 points. And more importantly, he keeps his team within touch. They're down by 5.
And Karim Lopez has the length to be able to bother him a little bit on the shot, but his hands are down by his knees until he rises up. You have to carry a hand.
Well, let's go in, take a listen into the Taipans huddle.
As we go that wedge action.
That rain's on me now, so you bring it and I send it.
Got it? So you're my point guard. Ready? So, you're the guy with the ball, okay? Drew's going to be the one to set it, okay? And then Jack's going to come off it, and you feed that ball to Jack. But this is the kicker. What I want you to be aware of, right, is they're trapping from the cutter going through. So I still want you to cut, and then I want you to pop straight back out. So KG, your route stops here now. Cool with that? Okay, cut, then pop back out. Good? Come on, fellas, let's go.
Well, they are full of belief now, Pete Julian. It's off the back of this man, Jack McVeigh. Coming off career-high 39 points last week in that overtime loss to Adelaide. He's backed it up with his second-best performance of his career, 32 points. 61% from the field, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Can he lead his team to victory? That is the question.
Oh, all the New Zealand Breakers fans are just sitting there being like, not again, it's PJC. So they're calling the foul back before the shot.
All right, let's go, guys.
It looked like there was contact. So, right there. Oh, geez, it's not a lot. Well, I mean, we've seen that call plenty of times. We've seen that let go plenty of times as well. And PJC missed a couple. He gave away burgers in the third.
There's 2 or 4 from the free-throw line.
What do Cairns have drawn up? Everyone's expecting him to go back to Jack McVeigh.
He's worked himself up to 20 points, 6 assists.
I'll get the ball in Jack McVeigh's hands. But also if you're Mojave King, get him involved.
Here is Mojave King. They do get it to McVeigh. No double this time. Fading away, falling away, travel.
Good D from Baker. Really good defense from Baker. And that's the one, so he saw Mojave King just waiting to see what Brockington was going to do, his primary defender. If he's just going to stand there and just be in the vicinity, just get out. Just go and screen someone, just exchange, do whatever you can. Don't let the other defenders come in and dig down.
Brockington, again, that nice mid-range.
Been good, been really good.
16 and 8.
16 and
9, yeah. Track for a double-double. Wasn't the shot from Mojave King.
They're still in this game. They need to stop here. This is often when we see them get a little three-point happy, just trying to get it back in a couple of possessions.
They go back to the same play. Brockington again. Foul.
5. Thank you.
Against Schofield.
Yeah. One up here, let's go.
And they're in the bonus as well.
Okay, stop. Let's go, let's go. Sam, let's go. 2.
There is Jack McVeigh, as we said. 32 points, 5 of 10 from beyond the arc. He's tried his heart out. That might all be in vain again. Lost 10 of their last 11, Cairns. Can't quite close the deal, New Zealand. They've had all the answers when they've been challenged in this fourth quarter, and we will get a Tangerine timeout.
Yeah, this is much better. Coach Kopp will be happy that they've been able to respond after a really poor start to the fourth, and then the last couple of minutes before the previous timeout.
Well, they're going to need some more Jack McVeigh heroics if they are to pull this off, but this has been some sort of performance, and just impressive to be able to back up what he did last week against Adelaide 36ers.
Yeah, I didn't think they had a direct matchup for him, and I like that they've actually got him to some better spots on the floor. So that short corner on the low block he likes to get to, where he's got mismatches, but otherwise they get some cross-screen action and just give it to him right below the Blackmores. He can also do that, right? If he gets the matchup that he wants in front of him and the hands are down, well, hand down, man down, because he's just going to let it fly. Does it with the best of them. 32 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. And right here, see? The hand was there, but it came late.
The issue probably has been the only support he's really had is Andrew Andrews, who's got 19. No other scorer in double digits. So they've got 51 of their 85 between them. Where New Zealand have 5 scorers in double digits. 4 of them with 15-plus points. And now they need to play some pretty perfect basketball from here, Cairns. Just over 2 minutes left. Down by 11, McVeigh. Everything has to go their way.
Brockington has been a menace on the glass. 11 rebounds now for the shooting guard.
Here's Baker. They should take their time each possession now, work through their set. Don't need to force anything. Brockington. That's Davison with some space. And now McVeigh. Work with Andrews. They've been the two, the only two that have really provided in the offense tonight. Not an easy. Thought it was an easy shot there for Andrews. Decided to go and find the better option in Barker, who gets his second 3 of the quarter.
Got a couple now, Lockie Barker. Stopping a 3 here would make it interesting.
Just need one more bucket, the Breakers, you feel. To get their 5th win of the season. This was the man that started it. Can't quite finish it yet.
Have to go quick. Doesn't have to be a 3. There you go.
That'll do. 6 points.
Coach Kopp wants to talk about it.
Still time, over a minute to go.
Absolutely. Smart play from Jack McVeigh. Didn't have to just blaze away, just take the quick 2 on offer. Breakers have already thought this game is in the bag. So Coach Kopp said, hey, let's just settle down here. Let's get a set, really draw out the shot clock. And after this, we're going to go straight to John Cain Arena. We keep hyping it up because it is massive. Right before the FIBA break. 2 versus 3 in the standings. That's going to be a cracker. And then tomorrow, a couple of really good games as well to finish things off before the fever break. Tassie and Sydney. Can Tassie get a win before they can get some players back? Sydney are flying, and then Melbourne play Perth. The first time we see those two teams.
We'll be out there, John Cain Arena tomorrow. That's going to be a big one. Melbourne United, one of the games of the season last night against Illawarra. What a terrific game that was. JaVale McGee thought he had the three-quarter heave to send it to overtime. It was just a fraction late. Melbourne got the win by 3 points. And here it is Cairns trailing by 6.
So you can just hear the referee asking the breakers, where do they want to inbound from? Do they want to get it advanced or full court? And you 100% of the time in this situation, you're going to take it full court. Because if you advance it, you're going to get a 14-second shot clock. You want to take as much time off of the clock as you possibly can.
This possession for New Zealand. They get the bucket, they can go home with the W. And it's that man Brockington. Strong finish, 18 and 11. With 4 assists to go with it. Andrews, tough finish, high off the glass. But now time is the issue. They need to start fouling.
Yeah, you're getting close, running track. A couple of guys out there who've missed free throws. Brockington 6 of 7.
Let's go.
Colin Davison yet to go to the free throw line.
Does well there, Brockington. It's the third breaker in 20, just be able to score 20 points. 4th time this season he's done that. Career high rebounds though, and he's been excellent.
Really has been. Did it quietly. So that's Brockington, PJC and Sam Meninga. They're 3 big guys. All with 20. Andrew Andrews is just Stashing a little bit more. 21 and 9.
And the intent's been there from him all game. He was engaged and willing. He got frustrated early, but he's stuck to the task pretty well. As we said, just hasn't had enough support from anyone else. He and Jack McVeigh, 56 of their 93 points. Harvey King, just the 9 points tonight, 3 of 6. Admiral Schofield, we've spoken a lot about him struggling. Marcus Lee in foul trouble, just the 3 points. There he is in his 100th game, not the way he would have liked to end it.
Yeah, taking Davison out, get another free throw shooter in there. Always helps when you've got the quickest guy on the floor and the smallest guy can just dribble around.
Line up, guys. Orange.
Brockington just doing what he can to just secure the Foot Locker player of the game. He already had it, but he had some competition. PJC was great, Meninga was great early, but Brockington's...
Does it have to go to a winning team? McFace.
It's gone a couple of times, but you need to have a massive, like we're talking a really big... McVeigh's been good, 34, 6 and 4, but I'd argue with the way Brockington's been playing, he's been on the glass as well. He's been big here in the 4th quarter. There's been the rare occasion. Go.
10 of 11 from the free throw line. 22 points. Now equal leading scorer for the Breakers tonight. 11 rebounds, 4 assists. Hard to argue with.
Well, you tried.
Ask the question. So, still coming up short, the Cairns Taipans. Again, the foul.
Hold on, stop.
And they've called a technical foul on Coach Coppinen.
So,
There'll be 3 free throws and the technical, so he just believes there was no contact.
Oh, jeepers.
Shoot that, then we'll review 2-3.
You have it. Same time, stop it. We got a clock.
I agree it was late. I agree it was late because it's foul. No, you got it.
You're going to have to ask Mika. Okay, I'm right down the side of the floor. I can't give you a comment. I can't comment on what... So who's 11.4? Sub.
So they've just reset the clock to
Sam, just
11.5.
If I'm,
4 free throws.
if I'm PJC, the leaders to the breakers.
We've all checked it. It's all been checked.
So Coach Kopp is asking us the last 2 minutes, can we check the foul? You can't. You can only check it out of bounds in the last 2 minutes where you don't have to review it. You can't just say, oh, let's go and check the foul. You need to be able to challenge that. Now you have no timeouts left, so you can't challenge that. But also, just get all the troops together and say, hey, we have this game won. Let's just forget the referees right now. It's 11.5 seconds. Let's inbound the ball. Go to the free throw line.
Rocky Barker already with a season high, 9 points. New Zealand just need to take care of business from here. This was on purpose, trying to get the ball back, they couldn't.
Caulfield. Orange, 5 on the feet. 2 shots.
Schofield and Meninga, all good. Exchanged some words in that third quarter. There's respect right there, and it'll be another strong win for the New Zealand Breakers. It'll be their 3rd win away from home. And as we said, this was the 4th consecutive road game for them. And they can now rest up, although, as we mentioned, a lot of these guys will represent the Tall Blacks, including that man Meninga. And they'll be back at Spark Arena December 6th, and they'll host the Tassie Jack Jumpers. But they will stay in touch with the top 6. Yeah, he's left a few out there. McVeigh's tried all he can. To no avail, the New Zealand Breakers pretty much lead from start to finish. And they end up winning this game by 6 points. Meninga was brilliant early. Parker Jackson Cartwright did his thing, but it was Isaiah Brockington, the footlocker player of the game. 22 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. He was in everything.
Yeah, he was great. Very quiet until the 4th quarter where he stood up and made some big plays, but secured all the rebounds down the defensive end of New Zealand. Big win.
Big winners. We'll take a quick break, wrap it all up, and then head to John Cain Arena straight after this.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
Well, the New Zealand Breakers, they continue their dominance against the Cairns Taipans. That makes it 7 consecutive wins. They led from start to finish. It was 8 points at quarter time, 3 at the half. They led by 11 at three-quarter time, run out 6-point winners. Pete Hooley, what'd you make of it?
Yeah, big win for the New Zealand Breakers. Got shaky there in the fourth, as it has a few times this season, but they held on, and I'm interested to see what they can do in December, because they've got a lot of talent and they've just got to continue this trajectory.
As we said, as we take a look at the Mitsubishi Motors ladder, it does keep them in touch with the top 6. They are now 5 wins. Tasmania there in 6th spot, 5 and 9. So they will head to the FIBA break. They can have a rest, and as we said, they will host back at home at Spark Arena v Tasmania when they get back. So they keep themselves in touch.
I mean, you look at the bottom 4 teams. New Zealand, we've seen them in chances to win. Brisbane are coming back with a whole new team after FIBA break. Illawarra are not a 4 and 9 team as well. So the race to the top 6 is going to be fascinating.
Yeah, it's still plenty happening, plenty heating up, and there is plenty more NBL action to come straight after this. Don't go anywhere. We are heading to John Cain Arena, where the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, one of their best starts in franchise history, taking on the Adelaide 36ers. Bryce Cotton comes to town. That's going to be a beauty. Andrew Gaze, Damon Lowry, Joel Peterson, they're all there. That's up next. But tonight, this one is all done from the Cairns Convention Centre.